this is the year of variety. What we're doing is 52 first playthroughs throughout the year. 1 per week is the goal. With that, guys, game 1. Let's go. So we got a memory unlocked. So I think I was a very sad little boy, and everybody liked playing without me, and I stacked rocks. I was sitting on top of a rock because I'm a rock stacker, and this little girl with pigtails wanted me to jump off, but she didn't know that I was kind of a wimp and that if I drop from a rock that looks very reasonable, I'll die. So I didn't, and I turned very red. Once I safely climbed down the rock, I picked a flower. I didn't give the flower to the girl, because clearly it was still in my jacket pocket, but I probably should have. And now I found a stone, and I'll put it there. And that was my flower memory. So she was so upset that I didn't give her the flower that she wouldn't let me play with her kite, so I stole it. And then I was gonna give it back, but the wind blew it away, and I was an asshole. As I ran away from the girl, see her kite? I was gonna race her to go get the kite, because I knew if I was the one that brought it back, even though I was the one that lost it in the first place after stealing it, that she would be nice to me and give me peanut butter cookies. And then I could use her body as a shield from the victory bees that were attacking us earlier in the day. For you see, as long as I run faster than her, I will be safe from the victory bees. In order to hide from the victory bees that were mercilessly attacking us throughout the day, we ran as fast as we could, but we just couldn't shake them. So we cannonballed into this puddle of water in an attempt to hide from them and drowned the ones that had attached themselves to our clothing. And after cannonballing into the small puddle to save us from the victory bees, we were covered in snails and they were in my hair. After she put the snail in my hair, I was enraged. So she hid from me and I couldn't find her anywhere. No matter where I looked, revenge would have to wait for another day. So the next day, I tried to conquer my fears, and I was gonna look at the snail straight in the eye. 1 eye, not 2, can't handle 2. And I was gonna conquer my fears. And that's when she snuck up behind me and pushed me into the snail, further traumatizing me and leaving me with more childhood trauma and trust issues, general baggage that no kid should have to grow up with. That day she showed her true colors, and I learned just how evil she really was. To add insult to injury, after traumatizing me with snail after snail, she then told me she was going to apologize if I meet her by the tree. I had no idea what was in store for me when she had me stand by the tree and turn around right into a spider. This girl is truly diabolical. Somehow she caught me. I was trusting. I tried to be her friend, and all she wanted to do was just trap me in her web of lies. Her fiendish motives have yet again added to my childhood trauma. And now that we have been thoroughly traumatized by snails and bees and spiders, the true question is, when will fiendish girl get what she deserves? Will this torment ever end? After all of that, this fiendish girl's web of lies, victory bee attacks, deadly snails, my mom still made me play with her. Even though my mom made me play with her, at the end of the day, I realized I really like kites. And if it wasn't for that girl putting snails in my hair, I wouldn't have been brave enough to ride the snails. So really, it's lucky that I have all of this emotional trauma. Eventually, we grew older, and I became big enough to where she no longer could put snails in my hair. Things started getting dangerous. We were no longer 2 kids bullying each other. Now we just had to make it out. So I packed most of the heavy stuff in her satchel to ensure that I was able to take it easy and have the best chance of survival. So far, so good. Things were looking pretty well. She was carrying the heavy satchel. We were making it out of town. All of us refugees were fleeing from the victory bees who have taken over, and they had even started eating our cattle. We had to travel and find a new home. As the earth shook, the people ran. They brought their cattle, all of their belongings, not realizing that the cattle couldn't make it up the steep cliff. But thankfully, I had my trusty pack mule friend carrying all of our heavy belongings, so that way I can continue my childhood hobby of stacking rocks. I will always love stacking rocks, no matter the peril. And then we got lost. However, thankfully I was traveling with a woman, and she was not afraid to ask for directions. After all of these years, returning to my homeland, after finding that the Droon had turned everyone to stone. Mufasa! It's still a little too soon. And this is when, asking for help, because her satchel is just a little too heavy, she asks me to lift her up. I grab the satchel and push her off. And I say that was for the spider. After I attempted to kill her, we decided we should go separate ways. Honestly, I have no idea how she survived the fall. The villagers had to keep us apart, for you see, she was betrothed to an old guy, and he did not want me to attempt to throw her off a cliff again. No, please don't make me marry this old man. So, I was recently separated from my childhood bully, and I still don't know why. She probably made a threat upon my life. It was raining. I was feeling very mopey, because my childhood bully had been taken away just as I was planning on throwing her off a cliff for my revenge. Someone must have found out what I was plotting. But who? Maybe that's who. The person who's stealing all of our stuff. Maybe he has whisked her away to safety. The man who stole stuff slowly made away with his haul, which I can only presume is to take him back to my arch nemesis, which he saved from my wrath. Oh man. The guy, he was fleeing for his life when he accidentally made a wrong turn and fell, barely grabbing onto the side of the cliff. No one knows what became of him. All right. Oh! All along, they weren't on it together. Oh, maybe that's supposed to be me, actually. But I thought the guy with the satchel, because there was him sitting by the fire, and then there was a satchel guy. Maybe it was supposed to be him twice, and both of the characters were me. I think I might be narrating incorrectly. I finally tracked her down. She was here all along, and I will pretend to be excited because I have found my love once again. However, all of it is just part of my master plan for revenge. She will rue the day that she put bugs in my hair. Finally grabbed her. This is where we smother. They're naked. This got really lewd. They're definitely naked. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't be scared. Come on and kiss the girl. Oh, there's a baby carriage. I told you they were naked. They were definitely naked. Okay, you stay there. Don't move. And I'm gonna chop you like a log. We already did this scene. Okay, baby bump's getting bigger. I unfortunately was unable to saw her in half. She saw straight through my sneaky attempt. I'm gonna build a baby coffin. Maybe it's a cradle. It's either a baby coffin or a cradle. I will get wood for a large fire to cook you and the baby in. I don't know. I'm starting to become more and more convinced. Maybe this is a fucking uterus. Oh, no, it was a baby. Oh, that is the sads. I ran out of chopped wood, even though I chopped so much wood. I can't even make memes about it anymore. It's just so sad. I'm done memeing. Is this the scene where I die in my sleep? No, she died in the snow, this idiot. We've died of old age. I know she put a snail in my hair, but I still love her. The end.